In this segment, I'll show you how to operate the front panel controls of the AdrenaLinn II. Come closer in. First of all, playing by selecting presets is very simple. You find a preset in the listing on the back cover of the manual. Then you check that the main light is lit. If it's lit, then the four knobs have the functions printed above them next to the main light: preset, drum beat, tempo, and volume. Then what you do is turn the preset knob until the preset number that you want is in view. Let's say in this case, preset F3, factory 3. Then all I do is press the start button to play a drum beat if I so desire, and play along with it. To control other settings, notice that there are 10 rows of 4 settings each on the panel. But there's only 4 knobs. The 4 knobs can be set to control any of these 10 rows at a time, but only 1 row at a time. For example, if I briefly press main, as I said earlier, then the main light goes on, and now the 4 knobs control preset, drum beat, tempo, and volume. However, if I hold main, then the lower main light goes on, and now the 4 knobs control bypass mode, preset sets, drum beat, gate, and mix/separate outs. If I use the up and down arrow keys, I can select one of these 8 rows below, and I can make any of these rows of 4 controls active. The first 5 rows, as you can see, are called the Edit Preset section. These 5 rows contain the 20 parameters that make up each preset. Below that are 2 rows that make up the drum beat, and then below that is 1 row of MIDI settings. Further notice that in the Edit Preset section, the 5 rows are subdivided into 3 groups: 2 rows for the Effect section, 2 rows for the Amp section, and 1 row for Delay. Effect has to do with all those beat-synced effects, like tremolo, sequences, filter sequences, arpeggiator sequences, flanging, chorus, and such. The Amp has to do with all the amp models, and Delay is just audio delay. So, for example, let's say I wanted to edit one of the parameters in one of the presets. I'm going to select the Fender Bassman amp model. And let's say I want to increase the amp drive. Well, I'm going to find the drive parameter in the amp section of the Edit Preset section. And I want to select that row that contains the word drive. Once I've selected it, I can see now that the drive is at 9. I'm going to increase that. I can increase that all the way up to 1600 times gain, so it's super sustained. Now notice that the 5 lights blink when I edit any of the parameters in the preset. That's to warn me that if I then change the preset, I'll lose the changes unless I save it first. To save it, all I do is hold down this button and then hold it and tap it again. You hear a beep, and the preset is then saved. Using that same function, you can also copy to another preset. Saving a drum beat is the same thing, except you use the lower one, and it says it right there. Hold, tap, save, saves the preset, or hold, tap, save, saves the drum beat. And that's pretty much it. That's how you edit parameters on the AdrenaLinn II.